Canada Soccer has made a huge statement and ultimately a very surprising one, as they have extended the contract of Jesse Marsch through 2030. And yes, this is shocking because Jesse Marsch hasn't even kicked off the 2026 World Cup. Yet he hasn't even chosen his 26-man World Cup roster for Canada, and he has been given a 4-year extension. Don't get me wrong, this is very exciting. This is unbelievable news for Canada Soccer. Jesse Marsch and Kevin Blue, ever since they have both stepped in to their respective roles, has taken this national team on a trajectory to a place that I could have never dreamed of as a Canadian supporter. Yes, we were at a World Cup back in 2022, but the results we have gotten under Jesse Marsch have been spectacular. Ever since that draw against France, you could tell we were building something. Going on to get a 4th place at the Copa America, getting results in Europe against Romania and Wales, and continuing that against CONMEBOL opponents. The Jesse Marsch era has been filled with joy, has been filled with excitement, and developing this program. Yes, there's been ups and downs, but for the most part, this has been an unbelievable era under Jesse Marsch, and it will only continue because the CSA and Canada Soccer have given him the backing, the belief, the support, and really the confidence, because they didn't need to extend him before the World Cup. I didn't expect this to happen, and I'm truly shocked by it. That's why I say it's shocking news, because this is something I saw was going to come after the World Cup, when Canada had a decent run. But now it comes before the World Cup, which is something I didn't expect. So who knows what's going to happen, but I think it's a very good decision to extend Jesse Marsch, to give him that backing, give him that support, and to truly have everyone backing this manager, because that is what he has deserved. He has truly bought into this country. Jesse Marsch is unlike most foreign international managers. Canada has been so lucky with this. I think we're going to be looking back on Jesse Marsch's time and feel so grateful for the way he has taken in this country. Because most foreign managers at the international footballing level do not adopt their nation, do not adopt them at the grassroots like Jesse Marsch has truly done. And when we get to this end of this Jesse Marsch era, hopefully in the very distant future, I think we're going to reflect on it and feel so lucky for the time we had with Jesse Marsch as our manager. Because this is a man who has walked into this role and has said he feels Canadian. He feels like he belongs in this country. And you can see it as he's on that touchline. Some people can say he's too passionate on the bench. Yes, that's one point. That just shows how much he's fighting for this country, how much he wants this country and wants this team, as well as this group of players, to succeed and to bring success to this nation, and how much he has bought into this role. It's truly special, because most foreign managers adopt their nation, go and represent them, and try to win them a trophy. But Jesse Marsch has done that and trying to do even more, because he has jumped into the managerial role. And he hasn't just focused on the Canadian men's national team. No, he is worried about the grassroots level. Let's start with the CPL. He has been to CPL matches, as well as he has helped develop CPL players by bringing them in to national team camps. He has brought more and more players into national team rosters, into national team training player opportunities, and even not just players. Jesse Marsch has brought through managers, he's brought through staff members, goalkeeping coaches to be at camps with his Canadian men's national team to help develop the Canadian game at the grassroots level. And he didn't have to do that. This is an American manager, Canada's biggest rival. He did not need to step into this role and absolutely adopt it in the way he has, but he has come into this roster, he has come into this role, he has come into this country and bought into it with every single part of himself. And it is truly special, and it is something that I don't think we should take for granted. Yes, Canada has had some rocky results, whether it's against Mexico at Nations League, whether it's against Guatemala in the Gold Cup. There has been downs. Of course there has. But there is going to be ups, and there's already been ups with the Copa America, with France, with those results in Europe, and it's going to continue. And yes, the World Cup is still to come. Jesse Marsch could surprise us with his squad. He could have some amazing results, and this could be even better. And that's what I expect. I think this is going to be an era that we get even more success from. And of course, this era is going to be completely judged upon by trophies, because Jesse Marsch hasn't won Canada a trophy yet. And that was the ultimate goal. John Herdman even talked about it in the era previously. It was to win this nation a trophy. And Jesse Marsch hasn't been able to do that. He has been focused on developing a roster and building a depth pool to get Canada ready for the home World Cup. And I think the focus after the World Cup will be to win Canada a trophy. Whether that's a Gold Cup, whether that is a Nations League, or whether Canada somehow gets back in the Copa America, I think that'll be the goal post the World Cup. And yes, we can win the World Cup, but no, we cannot. We're there to have the deepest run possible and to compete, but I don't believe for a second of my being we are going to be able to win the World Cup against some of the powerhouses. If we do, we pull off one of the great miracles ever. Jesse Marsch should get a statue, but it's not going to happen. Jesse Marsch will be judged upon a good run at the World Cup. Getting out of our groups, getting to the knockout stage is the benchmark. And then he will be judged upon at winning a trophy post the World Cup. And if he doesn't get a trophy, this era will be looked at as a failure. Yes, it's exciting that he has adopted this nation. It's exciting that he has built us up from the grassroots, helped the coaching, helped with the CPL and League One. But at the same time, this whole era, this golden generation needs a trophy. And that is exactly what this Jesse Marsch era will be looked at, will be reflected upon, is can Canada win a trophy under Jesse Marsch? Canada thinks they will. That is why they extended him for another 4 years. There is a prime opportunity post-World Cup. Mauricio Pochettino probably leaves the U.S. mentee after the World Cup for a club role. Mexico, they're not as strong as they once were, but they're still a great tactical nation. This is Jesse Marsch's opportunity post the World Cup to go out and win a trophy, to make his mark on this nation. And I truly believe after a good World Cup run, Jesse Marsch will do that. And there's a reason why Canada extended his contract, is because they believe in Jesse Marsch, as do I. I think this is an amazing decision. Jesse Marsch stays with Canada through the 2030 World Cup, something I didn't expect. This was such a fun era under Jesse Marsch. I didn't know how long it was going to last. And sometimes you just got to sit there and enjoy it and not think about when that contract is running down. And now we have the security. We have the future with Jesse Marsch. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. This was a pure breaking reaction video to the news about Jesse Marsch extending his contract with the CSA. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was it deserved? Was it the right time? Would you have waited till after the World Cup? Hit that like button if you enjoy the content. If you enjoyed the video, smash that sub button, guys, as we get closer to the 2026 World Cup.